Good. Well, Elijah, you pray for us again, so let's start the time. So, yeah.
Amen.
Let me grab a Bible for me. So go ahead.
Lord, I thank you for this time, Father. Lord, I pray that you would bless this time as me and Emmanuel spend it together, Lord, and speak of things that are honoring to you, Lord, and meaningful to both of us and you, Father.
Thank you, Jesus.
Lord, I pray for your Spirit to move inside us, Lord, and through us and outside us, Lord. I pray that your will would be done and that, Lord, your kingdom would come, Lord, in us, for you, Lord.
Yes.
Pray this in your name.
In
Amen.
Jesus' name. Okay. What happened to your table? I don't know. What's that?
It looks like it's broken.
Oh, seriously? Somebody
Yeah.
break it already?
Yeah, it's like wobbly.
Oh, man. Wobbly, huh? I think some screw is not right.
Yeah.
We'll do it fix later. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be children.
Probably.
Those children are restless, man. So it might be better you. So. I was a good child. I never done any damage to anything. So.
You sure? On whose account?
Yeah, on my account. Well. So, the time is yours.
It's mine?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely sensed a lot going on more
Good.
spiritually recently, just like with all the recent movements and our people and a lot of the things that you talked about concerning things kind of building up. I can definitely just feel that in the spiritual realm. There's just a lot going on internally. And I think all of us right now. And like you were saying earlier, it's not all peaceful.
Yeah.
A lot of it's very
stirred or going on there.
Just maybe disturbed even.
Oh, disturbance. Yeah. That's the key word. Yeah.
Not maybe disturbed in a bad way, just not calm.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been trying to even put some things together in my own mind.
Yeah.
That, nothing super directly though. Kind of just seems like there's a lot of things just moving around.
Still processing things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's life. You know, you're always thinking about some things. So
that's true, but like recently it's been concerning like things moving in the spirit for sure, because I think there's a lot going on in my dad's mind and heart.
Sure. Yeah.
Especially even the last few days, they went to go talk with his parents, grandpa and grandma.
Oh, I've heard that a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
I think that was pretty tough.
I not heard your dad. I just heard a certain thing took place. So that's all. So,
I didn't hear much about it either.
Okay.
We talked about it a little bit, but not a lot of detail. But,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I think that's a little weighty.
Sure.
And just the mere preparation for the things in the days to come, with a lot of things you've talked about, like how things are gonna change in the next like year or two even, and what you've even been talking about with like the persecution of
The
Christianity.
Spirit. Yeah.
I've thought about that a lot. So that's been something that's been on my mind.
Yeah. I'm not pretending to be a prophet here, but just have some understanding or foresight about things. I'm not sure, There's prophetic things that ever said, hey, that's 100%, so not me, I'm just, there are things God told me, it's often came to pass. I don't know actually see that didn't God didn't tell me that, right? So yeah, I found it interesting. Before the year, at the beginning, that certain people asked me certain things. I said, well, September going to be a big month for this nation, for everything.
Next month, you mean?
Yeah. We have a face going on. Also, I mean, those times Trump will not have no persecution go against Trump. So that's beginning of the year. So now it's all piled up on him. The election thing going on. So that's where disturbing the whole nation's peace. The other thing is that there are nations called the BRIC nations. They just had a meeting to decide they're going to develop their own currency.
Oh wow!
It means dollar going to be hugely shake up. So now called the interval, right before the storm hit. So everybody don't want to think about it. The West media don't even want to talk about it. So, but it's coming. So whether you like it or coming. So yeah, and other nations already dumped their called. The dollar can be used as reserve money in a sense, just like a gold, save it up if it's because how its own innate value.
Guessing a lot of that's just gonna become digital.
Yeah, backed by U.S. credibility, U.S. government, or rather economy. So it serves has been after the Second World War called the Bretton Woods financial system, use the dollar as a reserve currency, so basically world currency. So, and American government, American continue to break the guarantee they made to that currency as a reserve currency. The deal. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
So even one day, for example.
So that's my alarm.
Let's get answer it.
It's an alarm. Oh. Sorry.
It's I think 72 Nixon time. So use the dollar. Teach a little bit the economy history. So dollar tied with
actual coins.
With a real gold. With real gold, not necessarily coins, gold.
Right.
So and gold therefore is really the real currency in a sense still.
So money actually had value then.
Yeah, about $30-something I don't forgot the number.
Sure.
Yeah, so then France began, and the thing began to destabilize because the president of France at that time was an interesting character. So he bought a lot of gold. Basically, don't like use dollar as reserve. He said, I'm going to change the gold. So that guy, a little bit ruthless. So he bought a lot of gold. So basically, whatever dollar he got, he changed into gold. So as their own reserve, that hugely undermined the stance because gold reserve still, they built a huge building, saved somewhere, so you see the W7 movie, the movie tried to actually steal gold from there.
Yeah.
There's another movie, Indiana Jones, has the same thing. So it's that compound.
There's a bunch of movies that
I don't know. So yeah. So it's well secured. My point is, it's for you to have an idea how those things work. So, so the Nixon detached gold called unpegged gold. Peg like somebody peg on something, So yeah. From gold, dollar from gold. So overnight, 30%, forgive me, I don't know the exact number, I think it's 30% of the dollar value is gone. So you used to, for example, you got $1,000, now only have $700 value actually. So total robbery to the whole world. Means American basically default this dollar. So okay, I owe you using $1,000 value gold, okay, in gold. No, I don't owe you anything. I owe you $700. So like an arbitrator did that, right? So, and but he did work out the deal with the. This is a little bit historical financial history lesson for you. So not lesson, but just storytelling. So, not teach you something per se, just share something. And so he cut the deal at that time with the oil production company in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, so Saudi is called.
Like Turkey.
Yeah, so they said, well, gold is not necessarily enough to guarantee the amount of dollar we ensued. And also we can also cheapen the dollar value to no peg, to no value, no real material value. In this case, gold is still considered a standard for value, So,
Yeah.
So he said, well, oil, however, is very valuable. So would you allow us to cut a deal with you that all your transactions will be facilitated by dollar, basically by selling that nation, whatever the oil and other oil production like American will have to use a dollar as a currency to transact. So in a sense, indirectly use the petrol money, petrol, their production as a backup for reserve. So guaranteed. Because if Saudi Arabia always going to sell oil in dollars, that means the dollar can always buy oil, right? So rather than buy gold, it can transact in oil. So, but it fluctuated, oil price fluctuated. That's why oil has been the major reason for wars, for a lot of economic wars, especially, or political intrigues in the past, as long we know, So it's always a fight because the raw material useful. But after it begin to use as a dollar value, that is more and more become a place of for contention. So, where we were. Now recently also Saudi Arabia said, no, we're not going to use dollar as transaction money anymore. So they don't abide those rules anymore. So this president just could piss them off. So sorry, that's people use. So literally the relation deteriorated to a point. So that Saudi Arabia right now is invited to be the BRIC nation. BRIC nation like an enemy camp. Economically speaking, at least, to American front, so allies. So the world is in a very, very shaking mode.
Yeah.
So
even like the nuclear
power
plant
that
thing
one is
in
also
Japan.
Yeah, that one is something else. So
Yeah, I'm just saying things are in the world are just
flare up very
starting to
easily. Yeah. Everything's just in conflict. So
didn't mean to distract from what you
oh
were saying.
no, I'm down. So I'm just you are curious about those things. It's time to learn a little bit of history. So it's the money every day you use. You don't know how it managed. It's a little bit. Most people don't care, don't even know, but you should not be like that. So.
Yeah, me and Dad were actually talking about that.
Yeah.
Just
So.
the other day.
What is that? What are you
Money
talking?
management.
Oh yeah.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah. Eventually, you're gonna learn some practical value for real life. So yeah. So those are part of the skill sets for life. We don't necessarily love money, but we're going to have to manage money, steward money, how to use money. So,
of course.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a big topic. Most people are obsessed with money, obsessed with things. And the obsession oftentimes is very demonic. So it's really to worldly love, or sensory fearful future for life.
Right, that money and that kind of stuff is something that super quickly and easily just controls your entire life.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it just controls them.
Consumed by it, yes, and then we're free, so they never live a free life. And how the real freedom is you don't have anything, but you don't worry about it. That sounds ruthless. But really, it's you invest in people's lives You don't have to do anything. That's my point. So it's a different economy. Let's give it a word with picture for this. You go to college to be a professor, right?
Mm.
The college hire you, have a tenure, whatever. So you have a position, right? So you earn salary by teaching, right? So now suppose that's institutionalized. So you never thought, oh, actually the college didn't pay me. It's my teaching the students paid me, right? The colleges helped organize it. The college didn't decide how I teach people. If I this institutionalize it. So many of the things, the similar things, government doing things that if you want to do, you can organize yourself to do it. It just so happened the government is become taken over as a professional institution to do the thing you communities capable of doing.
Mm.
The same like is healthcare.
Right.
Healthcare is institutionalized. Government took over, said, "Hey, we're going to try to work our system to policy, whatever, guarantee." But it's becoming industry. They're controlled by the pharmaceuticals, medicals, professionals. So is so the things organized in time become a steel city channel for certain people begin to talk over the institution and begin to totally leave it off to be something else. It could become its beast, not tame. It's supposed to be a dog, right, in your backyard. Now it become a beast, ready to you can't even allow it to stay not safe inviting your home anymore. That's my point, So what I mean is that all those things are alienated from its original purpose somehow. You become dependent on it, exploited by it. It become literally your enemy in a certain regard. It's supposed to place to serve you, right? To help you. But today you go to a hospital, get something, let's see, got an illness, get a ER, right? That's what's supposed to do. But a heavy bill come onto you. And you said, what in the world happened to me? I got a $2,000 bill. Suppose what actually cost is about to be $20,000, only $2,000. And they will justify, hey, we all this institution, we did this, that. No. $2,000. Actually, I can pay $1,000 if somebody have a clinic, right? So, they do an even better job to save me from danger. But it's not licensed for anybody to do that, or they're not allowed to be equipped to do that. You can't just have anybody to help you. Because if something wrong, they're going to get sued. So it's a kind of practice. Imagine a retired medical doctor from some kind of services is your neighbor. He got everything. He can't even do anything about his own child. Because afraid some consequence happen to him, that child died or whatever, he's going to be sued. The government is going to sue him. I'm not sure, okay, the practice is. At least your neighbor, you can help your neighbor. You are not help your neighbor. You fully know what to do, fully capable what to do. Even you want to volunteer to help it, you will not help. Why? Because the government and the institution has put into place policy to punish you. It's a crime to help somebody. That's crazy. So you get my point? The hospital, ER don't even have somebody even can save you, right? Somebody just died. And here's a neighbor fully capable to help you. He can't help you because afraid they're going to get punished by the government.
Yeah.
So, and that's my point. His action, his way of helping actually not rewarded. I'm speaking some extremes, okay? So maybe that's not the case, but I'm saying those kind of incidents can lead to this weird and very, very unthinkable situations. So it's in education. Make sense to you? It's a good example. Students love a teacher loves the students. I mean, they taught something very unique, wonderful subject, right? So, suppose let's see that today's hot topic. I will try to blow your mind to think in application how wisdom works, not necessarily to interfere with worldly affairs, okay? So, but you need to learn discernment. And the basically, those institutions lost their heads. Don't really, they do it most of the time. I mean, in the beginning maybe, but most of the time they don't even thinking straight. Okay, some teacher, amen, hallelujah, loves teach the Bible in whatever regard. And students like it. I mean, let's say 90%. Oh, had your students 99 like it. Okay, so that's something good to do, right? I mean, 99 children want it. Is the teacher able to do it? And harm nobody. Am I? Hallelujah. But it's just because the teacher is on the tenure, and students seems have the subject to some scrutiny or committees, whatever there, as a school. Therefore, the teacher cannot teach students outside the school setting.
Right.
You know, he can't even earn money from it. Okay, suppose every student is willing to pay a certain money just for have this class going on. Parents willing to do it. But the teacher cannot do it. So let's see the scenario, okay? So he started the class, everybody liked it, except one student. He's complaining to the parents. And the parents said, hey, you're not supposed to teach my child indoctrinate with the Bible. That's happening, right, in this nation. So the school said, yeah, we need to protect the school from religious indoctrination in the word. Treat everybody freely. But they heard they all have drag queens to tell children how to do life really. My point is not equal treatment here, right? And they will stifle everybody protest. I mean, let's see, 80% the parents of at least half, suppose, I'm not sure. Even 20%, let's say, okay, will protest that, and they will say, no, you can't do that. But one student protest 1%, protest teaching the Bible, they will say that no, we can't have this stop. We have this. The teacher, you can't stop. You can't bring teaching the Bible in the school. I'm not trying to wade into political or cultural war here. I talk about the people lost their mind. I mean, this is the school politics play out on a national level scale right now. This kind of a thing. It's just lost their mind. I'm not talking about people obviously don't want to live in peace and mutual understanding, allowances more. So it's a persecutory, yeah, it is a little bit persecutory as far as the students and teacher want to do Bible study concerned. You're obviously not being treated on fair terms, am I right?
Right.
By the what? By the administration. Administration don't represent the whole will of the students, not the parents. So it's a total alienation in a sense from the body of people who give them a right to exist. You get my point? Because we have different idea how to do this. And that's only happen in public school. It will not happen in private school. Or those kind of things breaking down in the sense people go to school with teachers they want to teach them. So let me ask you this question. So are you going to cancel the Bible class because one student protested? Or should the teacher and the school support said, hey, you don't want to go, let's stay at home. Nobody asked to go. All right? It's a free. You know, it's not to compel you to do it. It's volunteer class. to sit at home. But don't tell us to can't do this in the school. The school is designed to suit the majority of the people, right? Which the majority of students want to learn, and teacher want to teach. What's this? What's to do with you? I mean, you like it, not like it. What harm done to you? I'm saying to you, making sense here. So it's in our setting. You would think the people don't like the Bible, don't like God, started this thing. The truth of the matter is the religious people started this thing. It's repercussion. You get my point? It's prior to this kind of thing going on, animosity going on. It's religious people persecuted the atheist. You can't do this, you can't do that, right? So they bring politics into their whatever they're doing. They not leave people in peace. They try to evangelize. They can just fill everywhere, every corner with their Bible, whatever. You see my point. They disturb the civil peace. So the people said, finally we get over this thing. We're gonna teach you a lesson. Seriously, that's literally cultural repercussion. So, but the people who don't understand where it came from would blame the atheist doing these things. They forgot they persecute the atheist. So this is the kind of things is kind of figure out, who is the hen come first, the chicken come first, or the chicken come first. So it's completed. You can't really figure out. The point is not nobody need to figure it out. The point is that people need to have a clean mind. That's no. For the living generation said, well, let's figure out what to do with life. No, people don't want to do that anymore. So that is very scary. Let me say why it's scary. Just for you to learn some history beyond pages, beyond information. Okay? Learn real history. Applied history, if you will. So this nation was built because of persecution of minority faith. Okay? This nation was try to secure a sphere of practices in terms of religious faith, especially, that people can practice what they want to practice. Okay? So that's the principle in this constitution. So I don't want to interfere with your life, basically. But it didn't stop privately evangelize to do your own community. You understand my point, So that's lead to civil affairs. Because that's a civil life affair. The principle is government don't interfere. More importantly, educational system is never supposed to be government affairs. That's by nature designed to be like that. To have an educational department, in a sense, to teach the same subject. Everybody wanted to have a say in the textbook. That was not allowed. By nature, it's a constitution. We don't get it. So those are institutions that literally produce a function by the nature, by spirit, okay? With the spirit, is a forbidden in the constitution. By spirit, okay? They didn't say to you do that every details. But the design was that you don't indoctrinate children based on whatever this government think. The government don't have a right to tell children how to think. Tell citizens how to think. That's the nature of the Constitution. But that way was contaminated actually by religious people. Okay? Get my point? The religious people said, okay, well, we got some upper hand. Let's take over these things. So there's a battle in terms of how to educate young people through the time, ebb and flow. So turn to today, we landed the place, the wars play on the full scale in school boards. I mean, literally, the school don't know how to educate the children anymore. They lost their mind. Certain cities, the parents get together, heard, they began to tell the school, to sue the school. On what subjects? Concerning how to teach math. Can you believe that? How to teach math become a contentious, bring to the court. What a farce for the culture. And the Americans don't understand the impact over the world. It's a livestock. For me, as if I'm a culture leader, I'm a national building, anybody have a common sense, as simple elder. I don't need to know anything. I know something terrible wrong about that culture.
Right.
Math is a subject, right?
Why were they bringing it to court?
Yeah, exactly. But unless you have a system totally wacky and stupid. Sorry, the word stupid. People lost their head, basically.
Yeah.
How in the world teach math, which is supposed to have everybody agreement, everybody support, everybody want the children, every teacher, every ministry, nobody against to teach a better math, am I right? How in the world can mess this up? Something terrible wrong about the system or the people who run the system. So either way, it's a cancer to society. Am I? Did you get my point? Yeah. So let me give you another example. Okay? You play basketball. Nobody tell Michael Johnson whether it was the best player. Yeah. Or others play the basketball. Nobody said, they may have different opinion, but they don't sue each other, right?
Right.
They don't disagree each other. There's better players, how to train better players. Everybody agree with that, right? Even it's a highly charged a game. A lot of money, a lot of people very emotional, very whatever. But they don't write off or said, hey, the rule's wrong, how to train. They fight, but they don't, on a sense, lost their head. There's an excellence in the game, we're heading in the direction, right? Make sense to you? I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I use a bad example here. I don't know the common sense. But there is a standard stayed in the business, in the game, whether commenting, pundits, coach, everybody said, yeah, there's a common standard. Yeah, we know what it means excellent sport, am I? And everybody think otherwise, deviated from that standard, will consider, you don't know sports. Or maybe something about you is dumb, quote unquote, stupid, sorry. Or something is wrong about the medium is biased. Then team, the audience biased because it's for this team, not for the sports, right? So, making sense to you? I understand that. It's for the team, not for the good of the sports. We understand that. There's a passion, there's personal preferences. That's allowed, even encouraged in the culture. Not so in teaching math, you see? You get it, my point? When somebody said we have a different idea to teach math, or we want to teach math in a different way, parents, those parents you think are dumb, or they are high professional. They may be better teachers than the teacher themselves. Everybody learn math. High educated population in this nation. So you said, I don't know how to teach math, are you kidding me? 40% of the national population will have a basic grasp of how to teach math, am I right? Teach the children math. 40% at least. I don't know. Just give you a general number there. So, yeah, it is not a winning number. But teaching math is not a public opinion. Teaching math has its own discipline. Yeah. Its own standard, my point, So this 40% is qualified to tell you what to do, all right? Not the other 60% who don't know math, don't care about math, So making sense to you? My point is that this all mess thing is because uniformly institutionalizing a standard. and how to do these things by who? By the government. So the government is not serving the people anymore. They try to stifle the people, to systemize people. The government began alienated for the common interest, real interest of the people. That's a danger. That's not, you know how dangerous that is? That means the government have become an animal or a beast, exactly the founding fathers warned about. You get it? I try to use applied history to you. The government becomes a very target, very will of doing government. The founding fathers said, let American never do that. That's whole, and the people fighting for this. And it's in the name of the Constitution, by the way. The Constitution gives us right to do this. The government said, hey, the Constitution gives me a right to do this. You must support it. You must pay taxes for it. You must subject your children's education for it. Or else, you can't have it in school. You go to school, this is what it is. Now, I understand there are general interests, general standards, general things have been done. It's for the good of everybody. But some things are wrong. When people rise up and say, parents in the city, and the city has the right to tell parents how to teach. It's crazy. Every city has its own standard how to teach math. And every city wants to make a difference. Said, hey, we got a better way. You get my point? Rather than work together, have a common consensus, basically, we're going to make it unique and different, so we are the one different than everybody else. I don't care about the students whether they learn real math or not. Something wrong with this educators, right? So, and they think they can just do it, But math or teaching math has its own excellency, has its own standard. You can't just shift gear all the time.
Right.
So I'm not sure how to comment on this very well. I'm just giving a dialogue.
It's kind of hard to even explain because of how foolish it is.
It is foolish. I heard some news. Keep this conversation between us, but I can't share with anybody anyway. So,
Okay.
It'll be publicized. I heard some news. One city or another. I think the city of Seattle, Portland, the downtown best flourished business centers used to be. All the shop. You go there, tourists, whatever, go there to buy stuff, all shut down. Because people looted.
Yeah, because people
police cannot stop doing it.
Can't stop them.
That's like the heart of a culture, right? The heart of commerce, the heart of the city, right? And like a woman, let's see the woman. Suppose the city, let's see a beautiful woman. Sorry, it's a bad image, but a woman care about this beauty, right? In the morning, you want to do it. If you have a fluffy hair, you already feel bad about it. You don't want to go out to work, right? Until it fixed, am I making sense to you? And this woman, however, American city, in the middle of the face, the nose is bruised. Oh, some black spots, You understand my point? The nose is basically unclean. And nobody said, oh, we should quickly fix this. Interesting enough, the government and those people who is obviously don't care about public image, public well-being. So that's our right to do whatever we want with the nose of the face. I'm joking with you. And nobody can comment on this, by the way. Nobody can tell us we're ugly. I'm going to wear this ugly nose to every meeting, and I'm going to have a marriage, by the way. And that's good. You should tell us we're the best culture in the world. This is how you go marriage. By the way, you're supposed to think like the same, do the same, because that means a woman is free. He can do what he wants. You can't tell him he's ugly or he's beauty. He's not suited for marriage. He cannot go to the wedding. No, that's the perfect wedding. Everybody should be like this woman, rather. Like us, right? That's how you go to the wedding. That's the kind of rationale. The stupidity has run to the cities now. I'm not talking about into political or culture. It's just people lost their mind. Well, as an outsider, whatever nation came from, I don't want that in my nation. I don't want that for my people. Are you crazy? The thing's supposed to be orderly, more than orderly, should be kept. Everybody's supposed to pay attention to that, to keep it flourish. That's where our heart of a culture is. That's our faith, right? That's what it means to be beautiful. To make sure that part is shining, good. That's the definition of a good culture. The definition is the wise people, right? The definition what it means that the people is a caring, right? Helping each other. Now those people torn this apart in the name of social justice or whatever, So as if those people were torn this and they are oppressed. Are you kidding me? There's a lot of people doing all this to oppress everybody. Cannot have a healthy life going on. Because lawlessness. Now my question, further along, the dialogue beyond Elijah's unpack. Who is really allowed this to happen? Either you're stupid, don't think straight, or they're ultra ultimate, another agenda. Now that's dangerous if there's an agenda. Amen? To foster discontent, foster lawlessness, to frustrate the good people's lives. That's wicked. Now either side, either you evilly allow this to happen, design for this to happen, or you're not forbidding for this to happen. Either one is evil.
Yeah.
Whoever sit on this thinks a good thing, he is an evil person. Let me give you some. Claim innocent, claim right is not good enough. I was talking to Andy yesterday. Hitler think he did the right thing for the people, right?
Right.
But he bring what? Disaster to the nations. To his generation, to their own people, eventually. So whoever don't think straight, it's like let history slap your face. Let's see where you're going. The coming generation, the coming days, going to bring devastation to your people. That's your own children going to be devastated by your stupidity. And you think they're safe? No. They're going to be, if this is the way how you go about life, you're going to bring destruction to your own posterity. This is the first people history, not history, it's just common sense of life can eradicate. Because it was the first part being destroyed. That's not God's judgment, it's common sense. It's not even mention God. Look at history. This play out again and again and again and again. Generation after generation always happen. But these people think it's about history. It's about this common, like gravity law, am I? Something make them think they're superior, Am I making sense to you? I heard certain mayor try to hire police back in Seattle. And we need the police back. Have 200 police. This is how weird this is become. And only 40 people showed up wanted to be policemen. Used to be the every job. I remember always wanted to become a policeman. And this day to open up 200 vacancy, whatever, only 40 people showed up. You want to, and that 40 people, there must be the low qualification, right? Normally, the police force is the best. And the capable, smart. And policemen obviously need to be able to handle all kinds of difficult situations. So they must be above average, the intelligence, whatever. So
sure.
No, that's the former chief of the police said that. The mayor, former mayor for Seattle said that.
Mm.
So I was listening to this. It's totally making sense. He's a former police chief. He's a Seattle mayor. He was grieving where the city went.
Mm.
He's in 90 or 80, I'm not sure. So he's grieved with the city. And can you believe that? The former chief, look at that. His pride police force used to be an everyday job opportunity. Now you have people just literally don't want to go.
Mm.
The worst kind of candidates. I'm sorry, not blaming nobody. Don't want to be a policeman. Them and so, but think common sense, am I?
Right.
And by the way, even that, not people don't want to do it. Lower standard qualification, you people don't want to do it. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? That is a torn the heart for a sensible government. It means that the mayor just torn her own authority, credibility, whatever support her to be a good mayor had torn the foundation and torn the heart down. That's a stupid mayor there. I'm on top of the foolishness. If the citizenry elect that mayor and support that mayor, that citizenry is a stupid citizenry. It's a mass stupidity. Let me give you the qualification. That's what the people elect Hitler. Mass stupidity. Mass madness. This is a phenomenon that in history repeat again and again. It's more than just one person don't set straight. It's a whole class of people in a generation lost their mind. Quote unquote, okay? That's just not really lost their mind. I'm just saying. They lost their common sense.
Right.
Gripping of reality of life was about. So who started this? It's always a start with education, like that, drag all the way in order to tell you how important in your young days to have the right kind of education, right kind of discernment. And most of the people don't see the value of what we're doing here. And they think that's anything else. That's stupid by itself. They're like a blinder. And that's like until God slap your face and wake you up, what's really important for young people. They still think the education society like 20 years ago or 40 years ago. It's not like 40 years ago. It's not like 20 years ago. Am I making sense to you? So it's a very dangerous to go to a college these days. Why? I'm not saying it's a bad stuff, drug, sex, whatever, am I? So we're talking about this kind of things. The indoctrination is a natural allowing degradation for fulfilling any normal standard of decency. People proud that I'm using new drugs. Proud to have more girls, am I? Mess around with more girls. Proud what kind of weird party I went to. Getting drunk more. I'm proud of being stupid. Can you believe that? Second, it's not innocence youth. Let's say, okay, everybody has those times. True, maybe true. But really? Really now? Why other nations don't do it? I didn't grow up with that. We think those things are abnormal. Those things will run away like a stench. Everybody think like that. He's a target. I'm going to go out the street him out real quick. That's me. I have a moral obligation as a classmate to tell him to get yourself together. I did that many times. Those students scared of me. Sorry. You steal? Third time, I'm going to pick you up. Don't do this again. Amen? Hallelujah. You get my point? So, yeah. Yeah, there are people steal things. I'm gonna tell them, straight them out. I'm nobody, but I'm their classmate. Have a moral obligation. Getting drunk all the time. No way. I street them out. I street them out in college years, dozens of gangsters. I don't even hang around with them. Change their life. As a lesson, they respect me because of that. They become my friends because of that. What I do with young people is very small for me. Sorry, not. You get my point? And that's, sorry, the same to you, all right? So, the parents are thanking me for that. Everybody, the girlfriend, thanking me for that. But nobody can do anything about it. And they respect me for that. Because in their heart, they know that's the wrong thing to do. Making sense to you? So. No, but not this culture. That's something miserably lost. You can't tell a drunk student don't get drunk again. You love the students, you respect as a friends, am I right? You don't want your friend to have a bad lifestyle going on, and you have no say in his whole life. And to say, hey, do the right thing rather do the destructive thing, right? What kind of friend is that? Cheer me on? What kind of friends? You want that kind of friend in your life? Get out of my life, man. Suckers. Suck your blood. You're talking about the parasites, right? Right? Do you want to see how parasites plants there? You're gonna suck your life. I'm sorry the word, but it's you go to some dirty pond, get out all the things suck your leeches. That's right, the leeches. You don't want that thing. So in life, you don't want leeches. In any relationship, you want leeches. You're gonna suck your life out to you. That's not friends. That's a bad things, So I must talk of common sense, alright? So everybody's supposed to know this. It's common sense. You want to have a friend and community, a circle of friends. That's a leech, man. Let's not get away from him, So no, not this society anymore. Everybody wrong. Oh yeah, this is what we do, man. Sorry. You want to hear a little story? I was in the desert living in the little apartment before you guys came, So I live in the little apartment. Still around, when you guys came, I still live there for a while, right? Then we decided to go to north, right? Sacramento region. And this is basically a community full of Mexican people. I'm the only person maybe not Mexican, all the family one. This compound for poor people basically. Common the project, some kind of thing. So the person treated me very nice. The guy managed that. It's very nice. And I would begin to hang around with the little children. Usually give them candy, right? So one day, I found this young boy. And then, I give the candy for people to. I can't give everyone, so I just give a bundle of candy for them to share. So this boy took it all himself, and don't give to the children. And children, nobody say anything. He's basically a big bully, and a big boy. And I found it out. I told him to give back the candy, share with everybody. So he was not happy about that, fight. Cursed me out, basically. Okay, if that is the case, you're not going to have any candy yet from today on. By the way, I told the young ones, where's your parents? Who's your parent? So, and somebody, the opponent of the parents says, the young one is not happy, and I says, you go ahead, tell the boy's mom, said, I'm not so happy about the boy's behavior, and bring him to apologize to me. Yeah, I don't remember the detail, but anyway, he was super upset because I could tell on him. He's gonna beat me up. So. I said, okay, you beat him up, I'm still gonna tell. What, you eat all that candies? I could give you more candy if you want candies, but you do this, there's no candy for you next time, at least. No, you can't do that. And I said, why? It's my candy. I can absolutely do that. I will do it again and again until you know that you did the wrong thing. Nobody talking about the thing. Boy, it's a little bit out of whack. So I said, okay, let's see. Your mom tell you something to do? Oh, I don't know how to say it. So I said, okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna tell your mom, and the mom tell you what to do. And you must apologize to everybody. I want you to apologize to me as well. And by the way, next day, knock on my door. He showed up, his mom behind. Don't speak English, so he has to translate this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the mama street and mom were good, So we had a little conversation with the mama sitting down in my apartment talking about why the boy look like that. So my father for sure. The second thing, it's a school. The school like a gangsters. All students acting like that. You have to acting like to protect yourself. I said, you don't really have to be someone in that way to not get bullied. He feels so vulnerable. He don't have a father. So fear drew him to acting out like that. So that nobody think he's nobody. He really don't want to do that. I said, you can just give that up. And be yourself, be a good boy, And you can equally earn people's respect. You can have more real friends. You can really enjoy your life, And why you have to do this to be somebody you don't want to be, actually. Torment your own heart. So give it up. Is that going to work? I said, try it out. Sure enough, try it out. He become a very decent boy. So he knock my door all the time, ask me things going on, So I sometimes give a little bit of money, to help him out. And we build a very, not close relationship, but a very unique relationship. He began to help everybody out. All the neighborhood, he used to be making all trouble, all noises, so now he became a helper for all the young people. He was 15 years old when that comes. It's changed. So, so I decided to move. Somehow he heard I'm going to move because we began to move things around. He knocked on my doors and, heard him crying, weeping. I said, can I go with you? I said, what? Strange. Yeah. Nothing here is really enjoyable for me. You feel miserable, stuck, School and family. Stuck. There's no future. And that kind of school is just that's the first encounter for me to understand the whole school has collapsed. A decent boy is stuck. It's like worse than prison. Prison, let me explain why worse. Prison, you go there because you done something. You of your own volition, right? You choose a bad life, you got a bunch. These children have no choice. The government just set this thing up, and parents has nowhere to go. Where to go? Where to send the children? Especially can't educate their own children. Here we go. Gangster culture around the show. And teachers don't have a decency to stop it. It's like it's so terrified. The truth of the matter, I just street one boy out. with a few interactions. Care, just doing care, right? The same teacher can do the same thing I did. They make special effort, visit the parents, talk to the child. Then he is supposed to change. So like, turn it down like that. I didn't do anything. I just be decent with him. So you don't have to do those things to be yourself, am I? To have a good future. But nobody tell him those decency, basics of life.
Yeah.
So what good for that education? I don't want that education. I don't want those teachers. Obviously, you don't know anything. Maybe you already messed it up. Why should I have you to tell me how to do life? That's interesting, huh? If that is a norm, that is a bad norm. Yeah. With that kind of citizenry, it's exactly the founding fathers despise about. They don't want Americans to produce such a foolish, irresponsible, lost morals, am I? No mooring. Like little boat in a endless ocean, right? Toast back, forth, whatever. Just go with whatever. That's not what they try to build. President Reagan said, light on the hill. There's a hope. There's a standard. There's an expression of excellent citizenry in this nation. I mean, I'm not even talking about God. This is decent. If we don't do that, the culture, the society, the people will fade away, right? So tumbled away. That's very dangerous. That is unfortunately unstoppable now, with the precipice of decline. In this moment in time, people would say, "Oh, it will never change." Well, Roman fall in very short time. So I think that's where we're heading.
Yeah.
And your generation, and what we do with your generation, as far as we can reach. We're not trying to indoctrinate. I hope we're not. But if there's indoctrination, use the word. I want to use it in every positive way. Indoctrinate with God. Indoctrinate with a wise way of life. What's wrong with that? That's education is all about. Right? So, yeah. Amen. Hallelujah. I don't want to teach you to be the best pianist, but have no moral. Amen. Be the millionaire. Have some skills that can make you rich and powerful, whatever. But have no real life. There's people out there, man, cannot even keep their wife together. You can use whatever you want to say. That's a terrible life. The one you married cannot stay with you.
What are you doing?
Your children all dispersed. That's a failure of life to me. And with that, let's come in, brother. Yeah.
Knock.
Knock, knock. Man, you're too early, man. So sit down, please. But let's pray together. Elijah, pray together. Wrap up. So I give you some very, very practical aspects of life. I just want to tell you. Be wise, especially in coming of age.
Amen.
Certain arenas of life as they open up. Education come on board. September, right? So you will see a lot of weird character there. So,
yeah. Sure.
You also see a lot of good people there. But keep your mooring. Amen. Have an anchor of your soul in the Lord. So.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. I pray that each one of us, Lord, would be diligent in our lives, Lord. Lord, especially Lord, as I come into some things in life that are very molding and shaping of my character and ways of thinking and living. Lord, may I be steadfast in your ways, Lord, and rooted in your spirit, Lord, in your guidance and wisdom. Lord, I thank you for those you have placed in my life to help me with this, Lord. Brother Emmanuel, my father, and others who teach me, Lord, through you. Pray you bless that in this time. In Jesus' name.
Thank you.